Hi, and welcome to Concordia on Air. I'm Grant.
And I'm Mary.
And on today's show, we have
Altered services for Ash Wednesday.
Elections and Credential Council announces the SGA timeline.
And in sports, Cobber Sports are back.
And for A&E, something to really get your feet moving.
All that and more on Concordia on Air. Well, Mary, this certainly is a change in scenery from what we're used to.
Oh, definitely. I'm never used to being in front of a camera, but unfortunately, this was the best they could come up with.
Yeah, in 4 years of being here, this is definitely a wild time with the pandemic and now us having to host.
Yeah, what? Who decided this?
Yeah, speaking of weird decisions, the Super Bowl, you might have heard of it. It had a few zany ads. Some worked, some not so much. You have any that stand out to you, or?
No, because I did not watch the Super Bowl.
I can see why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been going downhill ever since Tom Brady has been there for the last decade.
Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Any memes come out of the Super Bowl you see on the internet?
No, not
No?
really. Mainly, I live in like the Twitter sphere
Yeah.
of kind of movie stars / just what's going on with mainly entertainment.
Yeah.
So not really the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but one of my favorite memes to come out of it was Tom Brady, how he just has the habit of kissing his kids and even the team owners after the Super Bowl, and that was all over my Twitter feed. What did your Twitter feed look like last weekend?
Oh gosh, last weekend. I don't even remember last weekend because I've been so busy with Dance Nation, this new theater production that I'm in. So basically what happens is I just kind of black out until it's Tuesday and Wednesday, which are our days off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Dance Nation anything like Footloose with Kevin Bacon?
Perhaps you can interpret it as such. We do have a male in it, so.
You know what?
Yeah.
Close enough to Kevin Bacon. Everything runs through Kevin Bacon.
Everything
runs.
runs through Kevin Bacon. I think we've discovered that before the show. You were trying to get from Johnny Depp to Lars von Trier, and Dr. Carlson got to it in one step. But I don't know how you got through it, but you found Kevin Bacon along the way.
Yeah, I took the scenic route.
Yes.
It seems like Kevin Bacon is just in so many movies that have nothing to do with each other, from Footloose to Armageddon and A Few Good Men.
Yeah. You know how there's different genres of movies? There's always your dramas, your comedies. There's just the Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, there's Kevin Bacon movies where it's probably not going to be a 10 out of 10, but it's going to be a 6 or 7 out of 10 most of the time.
Yeah, and it mainly gets above a 5 because it has Kevin Bacon in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it didn't have Kevin Bacon in it, I don't think people would go see it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Are there any actors who you just need to see their movies?
Adam Driver.
Adam
I'm
Driver?
not gonna lie. Just because his meteoric rise in this past decade and the way he actually stays out of controversy a lot. I mean, I know he did a few years ago, when Marriage Story came out, walked out of the Fresh Air NPR interview. But I mean, they should have warned him. He's made it clear, hey, I don't like listening to myself or watching myself.
I think that's a feeling we can all relate to.
That is a feeling. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, even right now, there's that TV behind us. I'm just nope,
Yeah,
not gonna see it.
Hearing my voice, especially in recordings, I sound like imagine myself sounding when I was 12.
Yeah, I feel that. This past summer, I was interning at a radio station, and the amount of times I had to hear my voice, I think I got to that point of, do you ever just block people out because you know how to block them out?
Yes.
That was me with myself. So now when I make dumb decisions, I just blame it on that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Everyone has that same, instinct that, oh, my voice doesn't sound good. I don't know why. That's just something everyone seems they can bond over.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, no matter the language or anything like that, you're just kind of ooh, my voice. I don't mind hearing anybody else's voices, but my voice.
Of course. So let's hear some other voices, and let's go over to news.
I'm Fiona.
And I am Andrew.
Ash Wednesday, with Easter just around the corner, comes Ash Wednesday, starting on February the 17th. For those who are interested, the campus ministry will be distributing kits for students and faculty at the atrium. These kits will include prepackaged ashes and a communion serving. Although these traditions are typically experienced in the company of others, this year, students and faculty are asked to practice in private. However, that doesn't mean you have to miss out on campus community this time of year. Chapel is Monday the 15th via Facebook Live.
And the spring 2021 election timeline has been released. Speaking in a meeting held on Monday, February 7th, Elections and Credentials Council Chair Kristen Elmer noted that all the necessary documents are ready and interested candidates can apply for the positions of student president, vice president, and class representative. There are three major stages each candidate will have to go through. Signature collections will be the first stage and most important of all. President and vice president will be expected to submit a minimum of 300 signatures, while class representatives need to at least have 75 from their respective years. The signatures will be submitted to the Office of the Student Engagement by Monday the 15th for verification, and the campaign will begin the same day. Elections will be held on Tuesday the 23rd and results will be announced at 9 p.m. the same day. All the interested participants in SJ are encouraged to email the Office of the Student Engagement or pass them by the office for more information.
This week, Fargo has seen a number of strange encounters taking place in local businesses. There have been 3 reported cases that include stalking and harassment. These cases have highlighted a pattern of behavior in which a young man has followed women through stores and asked them overly personal questions. In both cases, the victims were young mothers. In the most recent case, the man prevented a woman from backing out of her parking spot. The police have pinpointed a possible suspect who is known to participate in similar behavior. The Fargo PD urges anyone who experiences a similar encounter to call the non-emergency number at 701-235-4493 to report it. Many cases of harassment often go unreported. So if you see something, say something by texting Fargo PD at 847-144 to send an anonymous tip.
One suspect has been arrested following the shooting at Buffalo, Minnesota clinic that left one person dead and several injured. It is believed that Gregory Orich was directly involved, and he is being held in the Wright County Jail. In a statement released on Tuesday afternoon, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz confirmed that improvised explosive devices were used. The law enforcement says this is not the first time they're handling cases related to Gregory, as they have been doing so since 2003. Several security agencies, including the Minnesota Bureau of Criminals and Minnesota Bomb Squad, are at the scene examining the cause of the incident.
Scientists have been analyzing the genetic makeup of the coelacanth. This fantastic fish lives at depths of 2,300 feet. Once thought to be extinct, until one was brought up to the surface by accident off the coast of southern Africa in 1938. Recently, researchers have discovered that a modern species of the coelacanth has acquired over a dozen new genes when compared to that of its relatives. The fish, originally dubbed a living fossil, hasn't stayed the same. While looking into binding proteins, researchers have discovered 62 genes are transpons, or wandering genes. These genes are considered to be parasitic and move throughout the genome with the goal of replication. The transpons studied within the coelacanth genome were verified to no longer be able to replicate, but now may play a role in gene regulation.
And into our last bulletin, the First Lady Jill Biden is advocating for free access to community colleges and training centers. Having served as a professor and an advocate, the Biden says it is very important that these institutions become accessible to as many students as possible as the government tries to rebuild the economy. In a taped remark broadcasted on Tuesday during a virtual legislative summit, she stated, and I quote, "We have to get this done, and we have to do it now." First Lady Biden added that they plan to revive a plan that was formally presented by former President Barack Obama that ended languishing in Congress. They further noted that community colleges are the move power engine of prosperity for America. "We are going to make sure students have the access and the support they need to cross the final line. We are going to invest in programs that prepare our workers for future jobs," Biden said. We cross over. If you missed the wellness, here we come.
Hello, everyone. So welcome back to the host section. You don't see me very often on this side of the camera. My name is Erin Grabinger, and I normally direct the show, so kind of weird to be on this side. But today I'm here to tell you a little bit about Giving Hearts Day. If you're from this area, you probably have heard of Giving Hearts Day before. It is a statewide day of giving that happens sometime around Valentine's Day each year. So this year, that is tomorrow. So it is mostly nonprofits around the state, and it is a huge day of giving for them. Almost all of the donations that come in to these different nonprofits that are given on the Giving Hearts Day website are matched by many different donors that they have, big donors. And so I have had the opportunity to work with many different nonprofits in the area over the years. This year, one of the main ones I'm working with is Make-A-Wish North Dakota. So that is, of course, a branch of the national nonprofit that grants wishes to children with critical illnesses. And so I get to intern there this semester, which is a very cool opportunity for me. I've really been enjoying my time there. And so this year I got to help them with some of their prep for this event. On a normal year, there would be a lot of in-person events going on in preparation for Giving Hearts Day, as well as on the day of Giving Hearts Day. This year, of course, many of those are not happening in person. But the whole event has been moved to virtual, so there are different things happening throughout the week. Many different nonprofits are putting out their own different advertising campaigns to build awareness about their own brand and about different ways that people can give on the day of Giving Hearts Day. And then Giving Hearts Day will have its own big event on the day of the event, so on tomorrow. So how do you give for Giving Hearts Day? The main way is to go to the Giving Hearts Day website. So that is givingheartsday.org, I believe. And you can look through the different nonprofits that are on their site. There are so many different ones, like I mentioned. I don't have a number on the top of my head, but it is almost all of the nonprofits in North Dakota. So anything that you might be passionate about, there's probably a nonprofit that matches that mission and that you can donate to. So going to that website, and then you can donate on the day of Giving Hearts Day, so tomorrow, or you can schedule a donation in advance. So that's one way that students can choose to give for Giving Hearts Day. Another way, I am involved with a club on campus called Cobbers in Action, and we're trying to think of new ways that students can get involved even if you don't necessarily have the funds to donate on Giving Hearts Day. So the way that we are going to do that this year is through raising miles for money. So we will be going to Metroflex Gym tomorrow, and everything is sanitized and distanced, and we will make sure that everyone is safe for the event. But throughout the day, the whole time that Metroflex is open, students from Concordia can come exercise for free, and every mile that we gain up will translate directly into dollars from the donors that we have secured for funding for that event. So that's going to be a very cool event where we are going to be raising money for Unseen, which is an anti-human trafficking organization in Fargo-Moorhead. They're based in Fargo-Moorhead and actually work internationally with other organizations. So it's an organization that we worked with a lot in the past, and a very cool organization to work with. So that's another great one to donate to. So those are just a few of the different options of places that you can donate to that I personally am passionate about, if you are passionate about them as well. So I hope that you are able to give on Giving Hearts Day. And now we are going to go over to sports.
What a long off season it's been for Concordia Athletics, but after about 330 days off, the sports at Concordia have returned. And if you missed the Super Bowl this weekend, well, Concordia sports might have been your fill of sports. Concordia's men's hockey team finally took to the ice against St. Mary's after a long off season. However, the Cardinals dashed the Cobbers' spirits, scoring a trio of goals in the first 10 minutes of the second period. Although Concordia forward Matt Donnelly was able to get the Cobbers on the board, St. Mary's goalie managed to ward off all other shots from our boys in maroon and gold, and the Cobbers dropped their season opener, but will look to rebound tomorrow night in St. Cloud as they take on St. John's. The women's hockey team also faced off against St. Mary's last weekend, right here in Moorhead. Well, they came away with a bittersweet result, though, a 0-0 tie. Although the outcome is bittersweet for the Cobbers, they had a few bright spots in the stat column. For one, the Cobbers outshot the Cardinals 35-14, while with Callie Fagerstrom leading all players with 8 of her own. Their defense was also able to hold strong, and sophomore goaltender Kiana Flagg saved all 14 of St. Mary's shots. The women will take to the ice again on Saturday against St. Benedict's. Basketball is also back on the menu after a long hiatus, and the men's basketball team's first game is under head coach Tyler Borman against the defending champions of the MIAC, St. Thomas, is in the books. The Cobbers got off to a surprising start against the Tommies, keeping the game close and even taking a lead midway through the first half. But St. Thomas was able to take over the game in the later parts of the half and throughout the second half, en route to a 90-61 win over the Cobbers. Although the final score was a bit one-sided, Concordia showed they have the potential to play with anyone in the league. David Birkeland led Concordia with 19 points, Charlie Rasmussen led the Cobbers with 4 rebounds, and Jackson Jangula, well, he led the team with 3 assists. The men will look to win their first game of the season against the 2-0 St. John's on Saturday. The women also played St. Thomas last week, surprise, surprise, and they kept the game close, but came up a little short from upsetting the Tommies. They dropped their second game of the season, 63-58. Concordia was able to grab an early 19-12 lead at the end of the first quarter, but they were outscored by 15 in the second. Although the Cobbers were able to trim the lead to a 2-point deficit heading into the fourth quarter, and they even took a 51-50 lead with 6 minutes left to play, St. Thomas nailed some clutch shots and narrowly held on. Emily Baseman led the Cobbers with 25 points, Mary Sem grabbed 10 rebounds, and Emily Baseman and Autumn Thompson each led Concordia with 5 assists apiece. The women will host St. Ben's, who they lost in their season opener, tonight at 7 in their home opener. And now, let's go back to Erin.
Hello and welcome back. So today I am joined by Hannah Wilson. Hannah is one of the people who made Wellness Day happen. So if any of you were involved with last week's Wellness Day activities, Hannah is one of the people you have to thank for that. So Hannah, can you start by just telling me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thanks, Erin. I'm a political science major here at Concordia. I've been here for 2 years. I'm a transfer student. And I've really enjoyed my time here.
Wonderful. So just to start out, so Kayla Zopfi was the other person who helped a lot of this happen. So how did you two get involved just to start with Wellness Day?
Yes, totally. So actually, Wellness Day would not have happened if we had not started the Respite Day petition, which you may have heard of. We started that, I think, November of last year. What happened was we're both in SGA, even though we didn't do that as part of our SGA job. Kayla is the Academic Affairs Commissioner, so I texted her one day and said, are we going to get more respite days next semester because this is killing me? And she said she didn't know, and I said, well, let's make a petition, and so we did, and it developed into this whole thing. Faculty Senate voted for a Wellness Day to happen, and there you have it. That we just got wrapped up into the planning of Wellness Day because we already felt so committed to the project and we had to see it through. So
That's wonderful. And you got a ton of student support and professor and alumni support last year for this endeavor. Can you just tell me about how that felt and about how you decided to go about the planning of Wellness Day based on how that happened?
yeah, so all of the support felt awesome, but also sad in a way because, you know, everyone was so exhausted and we knew it wasn't just us. But it really fueled us, I think, in making sure we did the best we could and did a good job. It also led to us thinking about all of the different ways people were not doing as well as we would have liked last semester and trying to target specifics to help us plan Wellness Day, which is why we had, you know, a financial wellness event while also having like a sleep event. We were trying to get to all of the different things people were expressing as problems they were facing.
That's so cool. And you got to reach out, you've got a lot of amazing speakers to present on that day. Can you tell me about how the process of planning and contacting these speakers went?
Yeah, honestly, most of that was done. So Kayla and I were on a committee with two faculty members, Dr. Jason Askvig and Dr. Laurie Daly. And they really, they need to be thanked just as much as us because they stepped up. It's not part of their job. They just decided to roll with it when Faculty Senate voted to pass Wellness Day. And they did a lot of the work to get all of the speakers and stuff because they really targeted a lot of alums and faculty members to try to get them to come because throwing an event together with like a month plan like a wellness day like that was really hard. So they were really trying to get people a part of the community who would care about making it happen on short notice to do it. So that's, I mean, I can't speak to totally how it was like to get all the speakers on board, but I know they put a lot of work in to do it.
That's very cool. So kind of thinking about the day of, it was very relaxing for me. I know that. And I heard a lot of other people who thought that it was very nice to have that day. So how did the day of go? Was there a lot of things that you still had left the day of? Or
No, the day of was relaxing for me as well. I went and got myself a coffee at 20 Below. And I went to check out how many people we had going there because that was, you know, my project was to coordinate with 20 Below. And we ended up having, I think, 443 students go to 20 Below to get their free coffee, which was awesome. So day of was relaxing for everyone. We had great participation in a bunch of different ways. And yeah, we were really appreciative to the student body and the faculty and the speakers who participated.
That is so cool, and I very much enjoyed my free coffee, so thank you. Well, thank you again, Hannah. We are out of time, and thank you for coming to speak about this.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Now on to A&E.
Hi, welcome to A&E. It's Mary. I was on last week talking about a cannibal, and this week I'm going to be talking about playing a 13-year-old girl. It's not as bad as it sounds. I am in Concordia's latest production called Dance Nation. Now, unlike Concordia's past productions, Dance Nation is pretty great. It is a unique opportunity because it is almost entirely student-led. In fact, tickets are on sale right now. If you go to the Concordia Theater page, you can go to their ticket page and get tickets to either come in person or watch online. I mean, dinner and live theater? Who would want that? I know I would, but I'm in it. So you get to watch me and a bunch of other great people dance our hearts out in tap, modern, and lyrical numbers. If I would like to give a slight trigger warning, there is some sensitive topics that are covered, and if anybody please look after yourself first before going to something. But overall, I would say that Dance Nation is a very, like I said, unique and gratifying experience. I know being in it, I personally am finding this just fantastic, and I am so excited to hear what other people think of. And I am just going, sorry. And I'm very excited to hear what other people think of during this. I think the part that I'm looking forward the most to, along with all of the themes that we cover in the show and competition, is what we have dubbed our baby sexy robot dance that's actually in the script. And it's pretty great because it is just about these preteen girls and one boy in a dance studio competing their way to nationals. And along the way, it's just a lot of stories of self-discovery and growing up. So get your tickets now. They are on sale. I believe there also should be an email coming out in regards to the tickets. So Cobbers, keep your eye out for that. And that's all I have really to say about Dance Nation. I've just been going on and on about it. Who wants to look at Twitter for me? Or actually, you know what? Who wants to play a fun game with one of our good hosts? Grant. Yeah, you heard me. Grant. And me. Look at that. Magic.
Here's your lovely prompts, you guys. So
Let's go.
these are the characters you'll act out.
Okay, great.
I'll be the first one with the headband on.
Good to know.
All right. Basically, what I'm going to do, hold the word up to my forehead. Mary's going to give me hints, and I have to guess what it is based on those hints. All right. Is it upside right? Upside down?
No, it's right side up.
It's right side up.
Why don't you show the camera it?
I'll show the camera.
Don't look at
I'm
it.
not looking at the TV. I'm not cheating.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
You made a joke about him in banter.
In banter. Kevin Bacon.
Football.
Football. Tom Brady.
Yes.
Yes.
My turn. Is it upside down?
No, it is not.
Okay, keep on going.
Show the camera. Okay, president for the past, he was a president.
Trump?
Yeah, it's Donnie Boy. Okay, my turn.
Okay, nope, upside down.
Upside down.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this because I freaking love this movie. Horror movie, very iconic, William Shatner mask.
Michael Myers.
Yes.
Okay, your turn. Show the camera.
Is it
It's
upside
down. Oh, he's green. It ain't easy being
Shrek?
green. No.
Kermit.
Kermit. It's Kermit the Frog here.
Kermit the Frog.
Okay.
I am Kermit
Showing
the
the
Frog.
camera.
Upside down.
Upside down.
You made another joke about this person.
Another joke. Is it Kevin Bacon this time?
No, but it is an animal.
It's an animal.
Actually, I don't think it was during banter. It was before banter.
Joe
when we were
Exotic,
pre-banter.
Tiger King.
Nope.
Scooby-Doo.
Yes, Scooby-Doo.
Let's go.
All right, final one, guys.
Final
Let's see.
one.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait,
he
there's
looks like-
more?
There's more.
Upside down.
Again.
Okay, he's a king. A king of pop.
Michael Jackson?
Yes. That's it?
That's it.
We're all out. We did it. We're so
yeah,
good at
look
this
at that.
game.
Amazing. Go us.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, this has been Concordia on Air. Thanks for tuning in and watching us make fools of ourselves with these headbands.
Make sure you watch us next week. I don't think it will be us, though.
Yeah.
I think we got fired after this. Life of a college kid.
Very nice.